All right, hey VC, how you doing? My name is Jamie, and nice to be back with you. It's been a while since my last video, and thought I'd take a look at vinyl this time. Last couple of videos have been CDs or CD box sets, that sort of thing. So I thought, well, it's time to take a look at some vinyl, and it was also time to get a haircut too. So I finally got a haircut in. So I'm not hair's not flopping around, that sort of thing. Okay, very excited to show this one. These are all recent acquisitions. Excited to show this one. Got this at a good price. This is the live adventures of Mike Bloomfield and Al Kooper from 1969, from live stuff recorded in September of 1968, recorded at Bill Graham's Fillmore Auditorium, San Francisco. Always wanted to get a copy of this one. Don't even have this on CD, and this is just great blues rock at its finest. This was after certainly the Super Sessions, where it was Al Kooper, Mike Bloomfield, and Stephen Stills. Stephen Stills not with them on this set, but they feature Elvin Bishop and Carlos Santana on a couple of tracks. And this is one of the earliest examples of recorded Carlos Santana. Of course, we go on with Santana. And also featured on here is drummer Skip Prokop. Now, Canadian fans will know that Skip Prokop was the co-founder of the band Lighthouse. He plays drums on this and then would go on to create the band Lighthouse. So how amazing is that? And just a great album from start to finish. Double album. And on the Columbia label. With the Columbia 2i. Label, and a lot of covers on this, not surprisingly, but red hot. Just terrific. Really glad I picked up a copy of this. And the great cover painting by none other than Norman Rockwell. Yes, that Norman Rockwell. Just amazing. Great album. Great for blues rock and so much more. Okay, Changes One Bowie. Picked this up recently. This is a slightly later pressing because the originals didn't have this on it. So, and that's not a sticker. That's actually just right on it. And this doesn't have any sort of lyric insert or anything. I think the originals had a lyric insert. Changes One Bowie. You know, you can't argue with a lineup like that on the Greatest Hits album. And then on the RCA label. And with Changes One, we also got to do Changes Two. So yeah, I was able to pick these up for a decent price. This one has, I believe, the original, at least inner sleeve that advertises Changes One Bowie, and then in the other Bowie albums. And again on the RCA label. Okay. Now, I don't know if I featured this one before, but this is a great album. This is Sunsplash Live. I guess this was part of a series of live albums from Jamaica. This came out in I think it's the 80s for this. Yeah, roughly 83, because this features the band Third World. Also, Gil Scott-Heron's featured on this one, Gregory Isaacs. The recording is absolutely stellar, and certainly for a live album, just sounds great. And this is actually, this record was manufactured by Ziggy's Record Manufacturing Limited in Jamaica. And I love the label. Whoops, I don't know if you can see that there. It's gotten a little darker this afternoon with the clouds and rain rolling in. But yeah, really, you know, it was kind of a, didn't really know what to expect overall. Sometimes with live albums, you never know what to expect. Really well recorded, and yeah, actually a Jamaican pressing as well. So very, very nice. Okay, a little Elton John. Looking forward to the movie, the Elton John biopic that's coming up. Hopefully it will be good, but this is Elton John's Tumbleweed Connection. Certainly Elton John's sort of attempt to kind of have that sound of the band with the weight, that sort of thing. This nice and matted cover. Sort of a very nostalgic look overall. And I forgot that this had sort of a page insert as well. Which are all the lyrics. Very nice. And it's interesting, not a lot of big hits off this one, but this is a very enjoyable album to listen to for sure. And then on the Uni label. Okay, Elton John's Tumbleweed Connection. Always a Lou Reed fan. Was happy to pick this one up in great condition. This is Lou Reed's New York. And I don't know if this has even ever been played or rarely been played. Like, it's just in great condition. The album's in stellar condition. For the original sleeve. On the classic Sire label. And forgot that Maureen Tucker from Velvet Underground plays on a couple of tracks on here. She was the drummer with Velvet Underground, Maureen Tucker. And also forgot that Dion, of Dion and the Belmonts fame, also sings some background vocals on this one to give it that classic New York feel. But just a great Lou Reed album, New York. Always really like this one. And Dirty Boulevard. Oh, what a great tune. Okay, Nash the Slash. Was finally able to pick up a vinyl copy of Nash the Slash, Children of the Night. I certainly have this on CD, Nash the Slash from the band FM. And this is probably one of the best Nash albums with Wolf that kicks off the album. And then it's got enough of the sort of campy, tongue-in-cheek covers like Children of the Night, 19th Nervous Breakdown, great kind of almost the sort of synthesizers, violin, sort of the macabre, if you will. As you can see kind of all what's going on there. And this is on Cutthroat Productions on the Din Disc label. Certainly with the skull there. Nash the Slash, Children of the Night. Okay, a very unusual compilation here. At first glance, this is called Hard Goods. Okay, and at first glance, you're thinking maybe kind of a, I don't know, a 50s, early 60s kind of a compilation. This one came out in the early 70s, but take a look, see if you can, the artist featured on this compilation. So this is not your typical sort of early 60s compilation. Quite the list of artists. These are predominantly Warner artists or artists signed to Warner. So you got, as we mentioned, like Deep Purple, Neil Young with Graham Nash, Todd Rundgren, Marshall Tucker Band, Greg Allman. Also, Kiss is featured on this as well. And yeah, let's take a look. I couldn't believe my luck picking this one up. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's kind of hard to see. You might be able to see a little bit better on the inside, some of the track listing here. Yeah, and this one came out in the early 70s. It was then reissued, I think, in the late 70s as well on Warner Brothers. Yeah, it came out in 1974. But just great album. And on the classic Warner Brothers with the palm trees. But I just was really floored by it. Because, as I say, at first glance, you're looking at it and you think, oh, this could be fun, that sort of thing. The cover like that. But, man, what a lineup of artists. Seals and Crofts, you got the Beach Boys, on and on. Neil Young, Greg Allman, Marshall Tucker Band, Steel Eye Span. Frank Zappa's also featured on here. Todd Rundgren, Bob Seger, Foghat, Ted Nugent, and the Amboy Dukes. Unbelievable. Okay, and this was a nice find. This is the Rolling Stones album Flowers. And this is a mono copy of Flowers. And it's early. I think we all know all the great tracks on Flowers. But yeah, mono copy on the London label. Yeah, I was thrilled to pick that up for sure. And I was at a church variety sale just recently, and went through. They had a few albums. Pickings were pretty slim. There was a few people ahead of me in the lineup, so they were able to get. Oh, there's my clock again. So they were able to get some of the decent albums. But I found this, the Beach Boys, "Love You." Maybe not one of the best Beach Boys albums, but this was in there sealed, and this is an American pressing of the Beach Boys. Love You, sealed copy. I did crack it open, plays great, and it's got kind of a nice matted cover there. But yeah, sealed. No real big hits off this one, but an enjoyable Beach Boys album overall. You can see it better that way. But yeah, I couldn't believe it's sealed. And on the Brother Records label. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy to pick that one up. And maybe we'll sneak in just one more. I'm going to give it up for Otis Redding. I didn't pick this up at the yard or at the church sale, but Otis Redding in person at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Great album. Picked this up at the local antique warehouse, which is actually closing. So, yeah, they don't have too many records left, but I picked this one up there. But what a great album. Absolutely love it. Okay, well, thanks so much for dropping by, and we'll chat again real soon. Take care. And, yeah, if we don't chat before then, have yourself an absolutely great weekend. Mother's Day weekend coming up, too. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.